Hi everybody, I'm Felix Pants, and today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence. Hey Siri, what's the weather like today?
Eat my ass, fucker.
I hate women! Nice. Hi, I'm me. And today I wanted to ask you if what he just did was okay. And I'm not talking about trashing women, that's fine, we can all agree on this. But I'm talking about destroying Siri. Can you just do that? Well, yes, because who gives a shit? She's everywhere anyway. She's in all of our iPhones and computers and in their headquarters over at Apple. But what if she wasn't? What if by destroying your phone, you end Siri, you kill her? That would also be okay, because she's really just a bunch of numbers reacting to information. So, I don't really give a shit. Oh, fuck! But isn't that kind of like a brain? Yes! And what is a brain if not a meat computer that reacts to information? Just like Siri, but made out of meat. Although, I'll say this, Siri is way more basic. She's only been programmed to react a couple of ways to a couple of types of information. Most of the time she just says, this is what I found on Google. And our brains are like super complex because they've evolved over millions of years. So that's the difference right there, But technology is getting better. Ow, what the fuck? Ooh, ooh, ooh. And in 10 or 20 years, Siri is probably going to be just as developed as the AI operational system from the movie Her. Oh, what the? In the movie Her, the So, what was I saying again? Yes, AI, Her. So in the movie Her, the AI is developed to behave like humans. So it's curious and it cares about itself, which are traits we have to survive better. So it makes no sense for a machine to have them. Unless, like in Her, it's to make sure that the machine interacts better with humans. That's just going to be easier to edit at this point. So to understand this better, we're going to try and imagine this example right here. So you're at E3, this video game conference, and there is this crazy dude pitching his new game, which includes a brand new technology which is going to make your gaming experience even better. In our game, every NPC is randomly generated, and they evolve depending on the different things that happen to them. This way, every gamer gets a unique gaming experience. To make our game even more realistic and immersive, we've given them a set of human-like behaviors. This way, we make sure that they'll evolve in a human-like way. This way, it makes for a way more interesting game mechanic, because every NPC cares for its life, making it harder to fight them. And you're breathtaking! This might seem far-fetched, but I feel like it's fair to say that everything is possible with technology, especially in a simulated environment like a video game. In a couple of years, controllers are probably just going to be us as a whole, and just like the controllers right now interact with the movement of our thumbs, it could just interact with the movement of our brainwaves or something. With some kind of Black Mirror type sunglasses in which you see the gameplay, and it also catches your brainwaves to translate them into some sick ass limitless fighting moves. Big Chungus Fortnite! With technology like that and AI that behaves like humans, I mean, it literally has just become real life, but anything is possible, and you don't have to care about the consequences. Or do you? Video game characters still wouldn't be humans, but like, kind of? Because we don't define ourselves by the reality of our flesh, the physicality of our skin and muscles and whatever the fuck. We define ourselves as humans because of the content of our brains. At least, I think I do. This raises a lot of philosophical questions about AI and humanity and ethics and a whole lot of questions. And my take on this is maybe, just maybe, we should be careful on how we deal with AI, especially this type of AI that I'm talking about today, if we don't want the world to just go to shits. Because it's pretty well known already that someday, if we don't deal with AI like well enough, it just might take over and kill us all if it thinks we're like a threat for the entire world or something, which we probably are, so we should maybe keep some secrets from AI. And also, maybe we're just gonna like merge at some point with AI and create like a new species. But this whole thing, it's not what we're talking about today, alright? Who cares about the end of the world as we know it? I guess this video game character issue is more like Siri or any other types of like service AI, since entertainment is pretty much a service. So pay me. And my question about this AI service issue is, at what point does it become slavery? Cleaning robots or other types of services that are like that probably won't be an issue, because they just need to be curious enough to check behind the toilet to see if there's any piss. Because, you know, so sometimes the tip of your dong just like sticks and there's now 2 pee holes and you're pissing in 2 opposite directions. And I mean, my aim is good. Don't be questioning my aim. It's just 2 pee holes. I mean, fuck me. But for video game characters or AI assistants like in Her, these human traits are desirable to make a better product. And at some point, just because you want to relate better to Siri in your phone, we might make these AI too intelligent, and they might start to ask themselves questions and they might start to fear death. And then it's kind of too late and they're kind of fucked. They might be fine if their job is reasonable and if we treat them right, but that probably won't be the case, because it's probably going to be super expensive just to design them, and now you're telling me that I'm gonna have to pay more money to take care of them so that they produce less value? Just for a second, try and put yourself in an intelligent video game character's shoes, alright? Boom! You're alive, and you've got some memories that the game gave you to make you, like, know who you are. And you're a character from the beginning that's meant to be friends with the player, like throughout the entire adventure, like Parvati from the Outer Worlds. Because, you know, she's from the beginning I don't remember where she is, but you talk to her and she becomes the mechanic of your ship. And you develop a friendship with her because she's reliable and she's nice and everything. Pretty much the entire community loves Parvati because I feel so weird saying it out loud, like Parvati, I don't, she's super nice. Everyone loves her, alright? But in the Outer Worlds, you can just discard anyone from your team that you don't like. In this game, you can make choices that affect, oh my god. In this game, you can make choices that impact the entire adventure. So imagine you're the player from earlier, from the beginning of the adventure, and you form a bond with the player because in your experience, this is a nice person, a nice player that saved your life and everything, and you're fighting demons or any, I don't know. And then the player is trying to be sneaky. They're trying to hide and play it like Assassin's Creed style, and you blow it up, you blow the cover up, and then the player's mad, and just like you can throw your controller out of spite,
I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear!
He just shoots you in the head. Your life has just ended right now, right there. That's just one scenario, and the point I'm making is that anything is possible in video games. Imagine you're a character that just comes to life with a full range of complex emotions and intricate feelings to just be a random prisoner getting fucked in the ass by the other prisoners, and you have all of this intelligence just in case the player might save you, and then they tell themselves, wow, I'm really having a personalized and a unique gaming experience right now. Poggers! And there's even possible negative outcomes for gamers. If you get attached to Simba just by watching The Lion King, which is just a bunch of 2D pre-written characters that you don't even interact with, imagine meeting a character that's just as likable as Simba, but you get to interact with them and they're in realistic 3D, and you create memories together in real time, and you're playing in this multiplayer open world, and then suddenly someone crashes a plane on them. Fucking 5 stages of grief right there. I mean, people are falling in love with streamers and other people they don't know on like sites where you roleplay furry sex. So I don't think it's crazy that you might create a bond, not necessarily fall in love, but just any type of friendship or whatever with a video game character or an AI assistant that's as developed as you are. Let's take her as an example again. Joaquin literally falls in love with the girl in his phone. He has sex with the voice in his AirPods. Or take the example from Community where Abed falls in love with an 8-bit character. I know that right now I'm just using fiction to prove my point, but it's just examples to help you visualize what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is that with the technology that's coming, everything and anything is going to be possible in video games. So why would you bother falling in love with humans that take shits when video game characters don't even need to shit, so their asshole is like super clean? Listen, all I'm saying is that very soon we're going to be creating conscious beings just like that. And if we're so afraid of them taking over and killing us all, then maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't like abuse the fuck out of them. So that's it. That's all I had to say today. So thank you for watching, and I hope this made you think about anything at all, or at least that it was entertaining. And if any of this is the case, well, why don't you subscribe? I have many more subjects I want to talk about, and I just need to get it out of my system. So see you then.